Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Davo from Archon Esports, bringing you another 1v1 StarCraft 2 cast today. This time on Antigua Shipyard. It is a Zerg versus Terran today. Our two players. Firstly, in the left-hand side, we have Fitzyhere, who is part of Team Convergence, based in America. He is 100 in Grandmasters League around the time this game being played. That is the beginning of March 2011, for those of you who don't know. And then in the bottom side of the map, we do have EGDeMusliM, who is, of course, part of the infamous team Evil Geniuses. He is British and a very, very good player indeed. He is 15th in the UK. So we will see a face-off on an epic ZVT today, I hope. That is the plan, at least. Awesome. Good times. Good stuff. It does look like deMusliM will be blocking in his ramp, just like many Terrans do like to do on this map, because obviously, well, on this map, I mean really against Zerg. The barracks will go down any second now, of course, pretty much as standard. They want to get the barracks down as soon as possible to help with that blocking and also get those Marines on the way. But I mean, generally, if you're a Zerg and you're going to be doing a little bit more of a cheesy tactic, you probably don't want to be doing it on a map like Antigua Shipyard, because it is a very, very big map indeed. Our opponents are spawning close by air, which means that in the future, let's say if Fitzyhere has an expansion right here, and deMusliM can just literally bring some medvacs over and drop into the back of Fitzyhere's base, which could be pretty unfortunate. We do have a hatchery on the low ground here from Fitzyhere. It does look like maybe he's going to be doing something creative at the moment, because obviously a hatchery wants to be over here by the minerals, more to the point. So maybe this is kind of like a proxy hatch. We'll see what happens coming out of here going forward in this game at the moment. But, I mean, Fitzyhere doesn't actually have that much gas at the moment. He hasn't actually got his gas just yet, so perhaps we'll see quite a lot of lings coming out of him. Well, not literally coming out of him, but we will see some Ling play, perhaps, coming from Fitzyhere right now. Perhaps Lings and Banelings, because of course Fitzy could Baneling bust deMusliM's main. At the moment, though, deMusliM does have a bigger army, with the grand total of 1 Marine, which is bigger, I suppose. We'll write another hatchery down here from Fitzyhere as well, so it does look like this hatchery on the top of the ramp is going to be a macro hatch, as it is known, when you have too much money, or when you basically just want to make loads and loads and loads of really cheap things, such as Zerglings. It's pretty important to get more than one hatchery on the go, even if it's not on a mineral line. It's still a really good idea indeed. Also, of course, it does help with the early game creep spread as well. 2 queens on the way now for Fitzyhere as well, and that, of course, will help him get the larvae up. A spine crawler coming down from Fitzyhere as well. This is pretty unusual play. I don't know what is actually going on with this hatchery, but we're pretty interesting to see. Some Marines coming from deMusliM right now, seizing the opportunity, seeing that something a bit fishy is going on, and he's actually just going to be running in here with some Marines and trying to do some damage. There is a Queen on the way. A little bit of Marine micro here might actually be able to save his Marines and kill these Zerglings for that matter. It does look like this Marine will go down, never to see his family ever again, unfortunately for him. Well, depending on whether or not he actually has a family. There's only so well deMusliM is actually going to be able to micro these Marines away from these Queens, as there is another one here. This Marine, unfortunately, looks like he is going to be lost in space unless he jumps off the cliff, but unfortunately that is not an option for our Marine today. He is actually just going to spray down these drones, try and do as much damage as he possibly can, and boom, down he goes. Quite a lot of Marine all over the floor down there. Poor guy. So we have Overlords on the way as well. Yeah, obviously. Another Queen on the way right now from Fitzyhere as well. This one down here just pooping out a creep tumor. Obviously making sure that the creep spread is as good as it can be. A Hellion on the way from deMusliM right now, and it is a favourite from Terran players generally to get a Hellion in the back of a Zerg, or anyone's base for that matter, and use the powerful flame attack from the Hellion to kill a lot of drones very quickly indeed, and damage your opponent's economy very early on in the game. Yes, sir. That is what the objective of having a Hellion is for. At the moment, we do have deMusliM expanded right now as well, with 3 mules on the field, which will obviously make him get quite a lot of minerals. Mules carry 30 minerals per trip. Just a little bit of trivia for you there. Which is pretty nice, seeing as he has 3, so one trip for all 3 of them is essentially half a Hellion, so that's quite a tasty amount of stuff there, or 2 Marines, so it really does show you how effective mules can actually be. This spine crawler moving down the ramp here right now, these Hellions aren't probably going to be able to take this down, unfortunately, as Hellions don't do the most amount of damage against buildings, and believe it or not, spine crawlers are actually considered buildings. So the Hellions will have to be kind of careful. The spine crawler kind of puckering up, ready to go there for a poke on those Hellions, but not doing that quite today. These queens are pissed. All they want to do is kill Hellions. They just don't like the idea of that bloke inside there driving around with a cigar in his mouth, casually roasting their spine crawlers and creep tumors that they've worked so hard to fart all over the field. Okay, and we do have armor, weapons, and speed +1 from our Zerg player, and a layer on the way as well, which indicates that he is going to be going straight into some higher tech units, such as Infestors, maybe Mutalisks, Hydralisks, something like that. We have weapons and armor +1 from EGDeMusliM right now as well. Stimpack and combat shields +1 as well. Well, not +1, obviously, just getting the combat shields and the Stimpack as a whole. Hooray! Of course, the Stimpaks really meaning that, well, basically Terran bio units can do a lot more damage very quickly indeed. Because I think it gives them a 50% speed increase and weapon fire rate increase, so it really helps with the amount of DPS they can pack out quite nicely. We do have an infestation pit on the wave right now from Fitzyhere, which just goes down here, which could mean really bad things for a Terran ball such as this one that EGDeMusliM is moving out with right now as well. We have a factory coming down with a reactor on, but that might be switched over with a starport later on in the game, so EGDeMusliM can start making medevacs a little bit easier. But at the moment, it does look like Fitzyhere might have to be a tiny bit careful about how he goes about defending this composition from EGDeMusliM, as there are quite a lot of Hellions here, and they just simply roasted away the Zerglings. It does actually look like EGDeMusliM might just do one big victory push now. EGDeMusliM actually taking down that hatchery very quickly. Lots and lots of Zerglings are going to be coming out of these eggs very soon. These Marines cornered off, get a little bit chomped down by the broodlings, but not as much as they could to be successful. And it does look like, yep, EGDeMusliM has just taken that game very quickly indeed, taking no prisoners, seeing his opportunity, going for a bit of a death push. Fitzyhere's hatchery on the top of the ramp is something unusual that I've seen. Quite a lot of etiquette from high-level players is when they see something a little bit strange like that or a little bit cheesy, they just push and destroy their opponent, just like EGDeMusliM has done. Very nice timing push from EGDeMusliM as well, going just as his one weapon's finished as well, trying to catch his opponent a little bit off guard. Of course, the Zerg player did have 1 armor as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry it was a short one. I didn't actually realise how short it was. There's quite a lot of blood in the air over there. Awesome. Alright, guys, well, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, enjoy playing StarCraft, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!